You know what I mean? Perfection can at some point just be boring. You know what I mean? You need that surprise, that spontaneous energy, and like some songs, like they just drive harder at the end, and you get that feeling,
This is Rob Ruckus.
Hey, this is Kate Clover.
Hey guys, it's Nick Collins here from The Effect and Better Strangers.
Hi, my name is Madeline Rose.
Hey, it's Ben McKelvey.
It's Tim Howard here from Mike and the Mechanics.
Hello, I'm Amanda Lehman.
I'm Billy Harvey.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Casey Sampson from the band Twist Stop.
Hey, it's Tony from Fastball.
Hello, everybody. My name is Isaiah Mitchell.
Hey guys, it's Matt here from the White Lakes.
You're listening to Almost Famous Magazine.
Come join us for this interview. Check it out, Almost Famous Magazine.
Welcome back to The Hang, everyone, right here on Almost Famous Magazine. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. You know what to do by ringing the bell, sharing our content. It just helps us get to a wider audience and really introduce people to a lot of new bands, a lot of new musicians and art out there that you may not normally see anywhere else. So today is no different, by the way, except we have a return engagement. Today we're going to hang with Ahmad El-Sayed, the passionate founder and frontman of the rising punk group Goof. We've really spent time with Ahmed getting to know Goof, but there's excitement. New releases on the way, so we're going to catch up and learn what's going on. Ahmed, welcome back.
Let's go!
All right. Well, hey, man, you recently just got out of the studio, and you got a lot going on for 2025. Tell us about this album, the recording of it, the inspiration. Let's get into it, man.
So the album is called G2 Judgment Day. It's Goof's second album, and Judgment is spelled with a G because it's a goof. But I love Terminator 2 so much, and Terminator 2, like, it has like a killer soundtrack. Like, it's just like full of like a lot of like meaningful things that we're dealing with today, with the rise of like technology and like wars and just the economy not doing great. Like, there's a lot of that in an action pop movie. You know what I mean? And and that's kind of why, like, I wanted to pick it, because that's where we're headed if we don't get our stuff together. Basically, you know what I mean? Judgment Day. Like, we're all gonna be judged, not by a god or anything, but by ourselves. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. So that's kind of where the album is coming from. It's coming from an anger of like judgment.
Totally get it. So tell us a little bit about like who's on it. Have there been any changes in the band? Where'd you record it? Who produced it? Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it.
So last time we had talked that we had a new bass player, John Kasberg. He's still in the band, killing. And actually, we just released from the album a single called Help that has a bass solo. So be sure, guys, to check it out. And but yeah, John is giving the band like so much that we didn't have on Kill 'Em All, like so much nuance, just like all these like really, really attentive notes. You know what I mean? They're just beautiful. They grab your attention, but also don't like take away from what the song is trying to emote. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, I'm still focused, but it's because that beautiful bass line. And that's cool, having him and his experience with like metal music, because you can tell on the second album that we're gearing more towards our metal influences and like our harder influences, and like just like even Taylor on the drums, who is the same drummer from Kill 'Em All, is just going harder. Like, there's more fills there, within reason, obviously, but like you can tell that we're gearing more towards more of our metal influences when it comes to like Tool, Metallica, Rammstein, System of a Down, a lot of metal, a lot of heavy metal, a lot of new metal, and just mixing that with what Goof already is. And also a lot of different stuff that we didn't do. Like we have a bunch of clean songs on this record. We have a full clean song, and then we have a song that does the Pixies thing where it like starts clean, goes hard, goes back clean again, goes hard, and that's Help. It's out right now, and go check it out. But yeah, like it was such a great experience, like just working with the band on it we've been working on it, me and Taylor, for about 2 years before John joined the band. But that year with John joining the band just really brought the focus in musically and like the camaraderie, and because we're all homies and friends and like all of that. It's just it's really cool experience. And not to say that that wasn't how it was with Ryan and Kill 'Em All or Ryan and Josh before that, but there's just something else with John being interested in metal music and prog rock and like progressive metal, where like the notes are just, it's just what we need. And that's all I can say, really. It's what Goof needs right now, and he's providing it, and he's killing it. So we're really excited about the album coming out, and we recorded it we worked on it for a whole year together, and then we recorded it in 2 days because, like I told you before, we record as a band. We don't multi-track. And then I'll do double guitars and vocals. But that's kind of how we do it. And it's just more organic, and you get all those sounds like that we were talking about on Kill 'Em All that are in the background. Remember that? Like you lose that when you multi-track, and it doesn't feel like you're in the studio with us. This way it feels like you're in the studio with us, dude. And it's like cool, like you get to be transported to Atomic Garden Studios in Oakland where we recorded it. And like it was such an amazing experience working with Jack Shirley, who recorded Deaf Heaven's Grammy nominated album Sunbather, and records Jeff Rosenstock's music, who's a really prominent pop punk rocker. If you haven't heard of those two bands, please go check them out. If you haven't heard of Jack Shirley or just the catalog of people that he works with, like he works with a lot of amazing local bands and is not trying to gouge your eye out. Like does great work, and does the conscious Steve Albini thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm making my money, but we're punk. Like we're not Hollywood. We're punk. You know what I mean? And that's a cool feeling to be in a room with someone that experienced and talented, but also punk. You know what I mean? I imagine that's how it would have been working with Steve Albini if we had. You know what I mean? All the experience in the world, but also all the punk rock. You know what I mean? That's a cool feeling. And Jack Shirley is no different. Yeah, and it was a great experience. Every time we go and work with Jack, we just it feels like we're rock stars. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to getting to hear it all. I mean, I would imagine with what you're saying, it's got a real live feel to it. It's a real live vibe. Is that true?
Oh, definitely. Like obviously, because there's doubled guitars and there's like the vocals comes later. Obviously, there's that, but that's what makes it good. It provides that tightness with that live experience. So so you feel like you're listening to a record, but it's live, and that's a trip. You know what I mean? Especially when it's not a live record, when it's a studio record, that just feels. It's kind of how I imagine a lot of bands sound, or like when you listen to In Utero or Bleach. You know what I mean? When I listen to Nirvana's Bleach or In Utero, like I feel like I'm in the room. You know, like I feel like I'm there because they played them together, and like it's different. When I listen to Nevermind, I'm like, this is amazing, one of the greatest albums ever made. And I do feel like I'm there in the song, but I don't feel like I'm with the band feeling everything that's happening and being like, yo, what was that sound? Oh, damn, that was crazy. Oh, the drums go hard on this one. Nothing is perfect, you know what I mean? And then when I say nothing is perfect, I mean nothing is the same. You know what I mean? Perfection can, at some point, just be boring. You know what I mean? You need that surprise, that spontaneous energy, and like some songs, like they just drive harder at the end, you know, and you get that feeling, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think perfection leads to certain levels of analysis paralysis in music, right? And you can overwork an album, you can overwork a song, and get it to a place where it just doesn't feel right anymore. It could be, technically right, but so much of music is how it feels and how the essence of it. And I think sometimes there are definitely albums and songs where that's kind of drawn out of it. And then when you receive the music as a listener, it's good, but it's not something that makes me emote, right? Makes me feel. So I definitely see where you're coming from. Now the album is coming out pretty soon in April, but you've already got a couple of singles out. You got Help, About a Vegan Girl, as well as Everybody Loves Kids. Tell us about those two singles as well.
3 singles.
Well, I mean, Help and the other two. You mentioned Help earlier, so the other two.
Yeah, my bad. So yeah, Help. It's great. Actually, I want to show y'all something. So Look Snatcher, at Look Snatcher on Instagram, who does our album art. This is a painting he gifted me of the first single, and it's amazing, as you can see. And it has like the Palestinian watermelon and like all of that stuff. And it felt great. Help is basically a song I wrote because everyone needs help. And as much as the world tries to pretend they help each other on Instagram, clearly that's not the case. You know what I mean? So I wrote that song, and the band performs and like worked on that song, and we love it. And like I said, like everyone on the band like put some really cool feeling in it. Like I brought the Pixies vibe, John brought the bass solo vibe, Taylor brought in like these hard drums in the chorus that just pop, you know, a mix of hardness and pop. And also like it's one of the songs where the whole band sings. You know what I mean? Like sings throughout the whole song, as opposed to like they're backing me up, or we're doing some gang vocals on just in the chorus. This one, we have the word help repeats a lot, just like the Beatles. You know what I mean? And every time the word help comes, like we all sing together. And every time, and there's like harmonies, and it's just a really beautiful song. And we wrote it because everyone needs help. So if you need help, help is right there out for you to listen to. And then because other people are counting on you, you can go help them too. So
that's great.
We all help each other, and that's what the song is about.
How about a Vegan Girl?
About a Vegan Girl is about meeting a girl who's vegan. And I was worried because we were going to see Roger Waters play music, and I was going to wear my leather pants. And she was like, because she's vegan, I thought that she would have a problem with it. But we hit it off because she was like, oh, damn, I want to wear them. And she actually wore them to the show.
Nice.
So I was like, damn, oh, that's cute. Like, she's vegan, but also she's not like iffy about it. You know what I mean? Like she's willing to have that conversation. And that's another thing that we're going through today. People are not willing to have conversations together that are different. Like, I'm not vegan. She was a vegan, and yet she put my leather pants on so we can go to see Roger Waters and like have one of the most amazing times of our lives, you know? And it's just about that. It's just about like how that kind of like compromise between two people can lead to so many great things, you know?
Well,
And,
I mean,
yeah, that's what the song's about.
You know, and it's interesting because you mentioned the Beatles and Help. You know, you've got a song called Taxes. Well, the Beatles did Mr. Taxman, right? You've got, what was the other one I was noticing here? Help. And then Texas. Help me get around. A little bit of a Beatles theme in your your titles there. You got hard day's night. So a little Beatles going on there. Inspiration, I guess. But what really I'm curious is, like, were you channeling your inner Gloria Gaynor with "I Will Survive"? Are you guys doing a cover or a tribute?
Yes.
You are?
No, it's not. It's not a cover, but I was like that's why I picked the title, and that's why the song exists, is because of that. Like, I will survive. Like, just that like hook is like so strong. But in this song, I'm like, I will survive. You know what I mean? And it's not a cover. It's a different song. It's an original song. But I just the word "I will survive," the way she says it, it makes you feel like you can survive anything. And I wanted to give the same thing to like the homies. So like to everyone who's like listening to just heavier music, but also everyone who's not. And that's one of the actually. I'm glad you brought that up, because just like with Brown Boy, where that song was a signal to what comes next on G2. I Will Survive is a signal to what comes next on the third album, because it's our most intricate song. It's our most nuanced song. It's our most skilled song. It's our longest song on the album. Uh, it's one of the best songs on the album, and it shows you where the band is gonna go, like how we're gonna evolve, and that's something I like doing with each album. The last song be like, oh, the band's gonna go somewhere else now. We continue the journey. You know what I mean? Just
So
like a
have you?
trilogy. You know?
Yeah, have you started working on the third album already?
I'm already done with the third album. I'm working on the fourth album right now.
Wow. Wow. Talk about the evolution of the band. So you guys, the band survives Judgment Day, right?
Yeah.
The band survives Judgment Day to go on. They survive. I will survive. To what was the next Terminator movie then? Are we gonna see that theme play out in the third album?
Not Terminator, but another great film.
Okay.
The Goof. I'll tell you right now, I love the title of the third album. It's The Goof. It's G3. The Goof, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So the album is dropping in April. What are you guys going to do to support it? Do you have a run of shows planned? Are there going to be any? Is there going to be an album release? What's going to happen around it?
Yeah, we're planning a run of shows. Our first show is in Santa Rosa. We have a show booked in June. We're trying to book more shows and gear up to a big album release during April. And at the same time, we're trying to do another show for vinyl release. And we want to really throw kind of a big and I don't really care about giving my ideas to other people. Like, some people keep ideas close to the chest. I think you should share them, because the more people doing stuff like this, the better. The more music out there, the more shows out there, the more charity shows out there, the better. And you are the thing that's special. An idea is already done. Every idea is done, but you are what makes it new. So I want to tell people that we're working on a really big show that's like 12 or 14 bands, and each band would play 10 to 15 minutes, and all the band's proceeds would go to charity. And this is something I would like to do every year. I did it before, but it wasn't for charity. I mean, it was kinda. It was to promote this place called the New Farm in San Francisco. That's kind of like kind of a plant farm and garden that throws punk shows, and it's cool to like support them like that. So that idea I want to take and start doing for like Palestine, the LA fires, like all these things. There's a lot of things happening that need help. Again, we go back to that song, like, help. You know what I mean?
Do you already have the charity selected for this show?
Not yet. We're working on putting. It's hard to find like the 14 bands that you want. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to do that. But I have there's a lot of Palestinian charities out there. There's a lot of things that we can like there's not a shortage of them. You know what I mean? Like if you just like go on Google and look at what charities to support, you'll see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone has their own charities. It's kind of weird to be like support that charity as opposed to this one. No, dude, if you care about something, find the one that's right for you. Because you might not agree with what every charity does, and that's your prerogative. You know what I mean? We're not in the business of telling people where to give their money. You know, that's their money. If they want to give it up, that's cool. But we're here to tell them what's happening and where to care. Because if they care, then they want to give their money, and that's what matters first. Not like, hey, I want your money so you can prove to me you're a good person. No, dude, it's I want you to care, and then if you want to give your money up, dude, that's up to you. You did it. You know what I mean? That's how we do it together. It's not me. It's all of us, you know? So.
Well, I mean, it definitely sounds like a great effort. We do tape these a little bit in advance. If you land on a charity or two beforehand, we can certainly throw it in the show notes. What's even more important, though, is I tell everybody, you got to support your bands. You got to support your artists. You've got to purchase music, purchase merch. So where are people going to be able to find the album to buy it?
So we sell all of our albums on Bandcamp. We recently sold out of the stock that we have on Bandcamp, and we just got some more Kill 'Em All vinyl, and that will be going up within what's it called? That will be up with the like it'll be up when this comes out. Basically. So if you're looking to purchase Kill 'Em All or G2 Judgment Day on vinyl or buy it digitally, you can buy it on Bandcamp, Apple Music, you can buy it on iTunes, like all of that stuff. We use DistroKid, so our music is constantly just spread out on all streaming services. So, and you can go listen to it on YouTube for free also. So, or on Spotify. So we're trying to cover all the bases. But if I'm being honest, Bandcamp is amazing. And who knows, maybe people should considering making Bandcamp the new Spotify. Maybe people should consider not releasing music on Spotify. Like we've been talking, me and the band, and we've been saying maybe we should use Spotify just for singles, and then release the album on Bandcamp. That way, we're using Spotify as a marketing tool to promote Bandcamp.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you can't get a 32-cent check or payment in the mail or digitally and then share it with the whole band. And everybody has put their time and their effort into it. So finding ways for purchasing, owning, and supporting an act is so important. Whether it's Goof or the other artists we talk about here on The Hang, it's just none of this happens for free, everybody. None of this. And everything has become more challenging over the years because of the free access to music, the free access to entertainment, as opposed to the investments that we used to make. So absolutely support Goof. Buy their album, buy the old album, buy the new album, buy what was it? Goof, the Bad and the Ugly?
Goof, the Bad and the Ugly. Yeah.
I already remember it. Goof, the Bad and the Ugly. It's gonna roll off my brain. When that comes out, if you're in the Bay Area, support them by going to see the band. And really help make this new album a success. It'll be out in April. And I wish you guys all the best. I mean, this is really exciting that you've got this new album out and others planned in the future.
Oh, for sure. All the people I love did that. They just kept writing. Like, they have the material. I remember hearing about John Lennon. Like, he's just like, I have all these songs. You know what I mean? Or Bob Dylan. He's just like, I just keep writing. Or Kurt Cobain when he was talking to Rolling Stone at the end, unfortunately before he dies, after In Utero, and they're talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, now I don't have any songs, but before, like, I had all those songs ready. Like, those were all ready. Like, when Bleach was out, I had Nevermind and In Utero ready to go." And like that attitude is why those bands succeed. Like those bands, they don't just do it. You know what I mean? They practice every day. They write every day. They wake up. They read. They watch what is happening in the world. They pay attention, and that's where your art comes from. It comes from paying attention. And I really urge every artist to go out there and like live, dude. Like go out there and like talk to people, see what's bothering. Take yourself out the equation. Sure, argue because you're punk rock, but take yourself out the equation and just hear what they're saying, even if it's bad, even if it's not what you want, but hear it so you can make an informed decision. Like we have a song on the third album that I'm writing. I just want to mention it because it's funny. It's called Bowfinger, and I don't know if y'all have seen the Steve Martin Eddie Murphy movie. So yeah, it's named after that movie because there's a like Eddie Murphy plays this like Tom Cruise Scientology type actor, and the mental group Mindhead or something. Their slogan is "Keep it together." And my song is about Kim Jong Un talking to his therapist, who may or may not be Dennis Rodman, about how he thinks he and America are the same, and he just doesn't get why everyone's upset at him.
You know, about if they had a Grammy for cultural reference in music, you might just get the Grammy on that alone, buddy, for sure. So
you saying that already, I have a Grammy.
There you go. Hey, look, we're putting it out there in the real world. This is going to air, so you never know what might happen. You never know. Maybe next year they have a new category.
Yo, I'm on Almost Famous magazine, dude. This is a big deal. Let's go. Like people in Austin are listening to us. In Texas, where I'm from, I'm Texan, dude. Like I live in the Bay Area. I lived in San Francisco and Berkeley and in Egypt, yes. But I was born in Houston, Texas, dude. So I don't want people when they see me to forget that. You know what I mean? If they think they're hard in Texas, I'm as hard as them.
Then there needs to be a Houston. There needs to be a Houston album show. Then you need to go back, go to Houston and visit.
Oh, definitely. You know what? I will do the Goof, the Bad, and the Ugly, the end of this trilogy, because that's how I see these three albums. They are a punk rock trilogy, and then the band is gonna go on to heavier things, and like just more intricate things. Like I don't know if you like the like the band Opeth or like even Mastodon, like going that direction in Metallica.
Well, you brought up Rammstein. Do you really have the finances for all that fire? I mean,
I wish. I wish.
Not that I want you to accidentally burn down a nightclub, but you've got to be. I know, dude. With your hair, I don't know if you could go full on Rammstein without third-degree burns every night, and that would not be good for your music for sure. So, well, hey, look, I'm totally excited for the new album. I think it's been great to catch up and get an idea of what's coming down the pipe. You know what that means, though? With another album, means you're going to be back on the hang sometime sooner than later, for sure.
Sometime sooner than later. We're trying to do this one faster. We're trying to get this one because we have the band and like the people ready to go. We're going to try to get this done in a year and a half tops. And like, hopefully by the end of the year, I'm like, yo, Scott, we got the third album done. I'm going to really
You
push
just let
for it.
me know. Yeah,
I will,
you just let me
will.
know, and we'll be doing this again. So Ahmad, all the best with the new album. Everybody go out and buy Goof's upcoming second album out in April, and then get excited for the Goof, the Bad, and the Ugly sometime in about the next year. So Ahmad, thank you for joining me again. Thanks everybody for hanging with us. It really means a lot for you to come back and experience this with us and hear these stories and learn how artists are making their art and bringing it to the world. So until the next time, thanks for everything. Ahmad, it was good to see you. We'll catch up soon.
Let's go.